Hey, especially if you're watching on the video, welcome to I call Fussbook Live. I'm getting ready to do my Blue Wednesday. What's up, Vincent Brock? Hey, what's up, Ella? All right, good to see y'all. Welcome aboard. I'm just gonna wait in less than 2 minutes. We'll be starting because I'll start at 12 noon on the dot Eastern. But I do my shout outs at the beginning when people come on board. But welcome to Blue Wednesday. And got a good topic for you today. Let's see. We still got 2 minutes. Less than two. We got a minute something. All right. Hey, Peg. What's up? Kamathi, welcome back. Yeah. Yeah, your uncle's still working with you. Good to see you. Yeah. And Peg, where are you in like Canada, Paris? You're in Paris, aren't you? So you giving us broadcasts from abroad? And yeah, I know Ella, I know you're in Chicago. Uh-huh. Walter, oh, okay. Good to meet you. Good to see you. We got less than a minute to go. Hey, Zed, I got Pega's on my Facebook Live, too. Yeah. All right. Well, look, we got less than a minute to go, but people will click on who know anyway. If this is your first time coming on Glue Wednesday, what I like to do is I like the use of the English language. And a lot of people call Wednesday hump day. Well, to me, hump day gives the connotation that you have to get over. And I look at Wednesday as the middle of the week, and it's the day that keeps the weekend and the week beginning together. So I see Wednesday as the glue. So we're not worried about getting over. We're worrying about, not even worrying about it. We're blessing ourselves to keep it together. Finding ways to keep it together is more important than feeling like you have to get over. But I also take glue to another level. Glue, Glue. God's love undoes everything. See, and so it's not that God's love will separate stuff, but whatever you have to get over, whatever you have to keep together, God's love will help you do that. So welcome to Glue Wednesday, and let's talk about keeping it together. My topic today is eclipse, and what I put on the promo is that on Monday, a lot of people wanted to see, yet not look at the eclipse. Well, the sub-caption to my message today is control your vocabulary. Don't let your vocabulary control you. So as much as we constantly, instantly decided, well, an eclipse, a solar eclipse is the sun being blocked out. That's the first thing we think about because it's what we learn. So what I did is I thought about what words, because controlling your vocabulary is really important. I think Kelly just came on. Steve? Yeah. In the background, y'all see my sister. We twins for what? How many more hours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 more days. Because on Sunday, when I hit 62, then because she's 61 right now, I'm 61, so I got 3 more days. See, I don't count anything until I get it. People say count your blessings, and then they overcount. Don't over your count. Your blessing is in the moment. So my goal is to make it to Sunday. I just got news from a friend where we had a mutual friend who had just posted something on Monday about the eclipse, and boom, yesterday, then they got a message that she was in the hospital. Then they got an update, the message that she had an aneurysm. Then they got the updated that she died. Boom. So until Sunday gets here, I'm celebrating 61. So if you haven't had a chance to wish me a happy 61st birthday, you still can, because I celebrate my birthday 365 days a year. The calendar is the one that says what day, but I'm celebrating the whole year. So actually you can't give me an early happy birthday because it's never early. Until it gets here, I'm not here. All right, so I'm still on 61. So happy 63, 61 to me because it's just a part of 365. And when I send you a birthday greeting, I'll always say it's never late because you'll be this blessing all year. Recognize that that's what life is about. It's about how we recognize the need to pile on our blessings. You get more negative impulses a day than you get positive ones. You have to seek the positivity in life. You're going to get the negative. You get it in the news because only negative news sells. So you get it constantly, whether it's the TV, the internet, the radio, conversation, you're going to get negative news. So it stockpiles you subconsciously. Get into your conscious life and stockpile the positive so that when the negative comes, you have something to offset it and balance. because there's no such thing as, it's not, negative news is not going to go away. Negative people, and P.S. by the way, sometimes the people aren't necessarily negative. It's sometimes the situation and the outcome puts us into a field of negativity where we're seeing the result of their actions, and we call it negative. And then once you get a reputation, then people automatically decide that you're negative just based on the last thing that you did. So, a lot of stuff, we got a lot more control over our lives than we like to give ourselves credit for. So when you look good in the morning, don't y'all look good right now? Take a minute. Don't you look good? I know I'm looking good. What Billy Christie say, you look marvelous. I know my sister looking at you looking good. You looking wonderful. See, why? Because we got up this morning, we washed, we brushed our teeth, we washed our face, we did our hair. All of these are signs of us consciously trying to look our best and taking care of ourselves. But we just take that for granted. Oh, well, I just did what I have to. When you go to a certain party, when you go to work, when you go into a concert, to the store, you choose the clothes that you're going to wear. We make a lot of good choices, y'all. Count every single one of them so that when you make a big one, it's really big. But count the small ones, because without the small ones, check it out, without the fish, those 5,000 couldn't have been fed without the little boy and the little fish. So, you got to take the little stuff to feed into the big stuff. Because 5,000, again, would not have been impressive if they knew that they already had 10,000 fish. What was impressive about the blessing is that there was only 5 fish or 4 fish. Like I said, I don't quote the Bible, I use it. So, there was so little in supply, and it did so much. And we've got that same opportunity in our life to look at the little that we have, seemingly little in supply, with how much we do with it. So let me get back to Eclipse, because this all works in, P.S. by the way, it always works in. A lot of times people say, well, you gotten off the topic. There's no such thing, P.S. by the way, which is one of my sayings. There's no such thing as off the topic, because what happens is everybody likes to comment the cliche or the word, a stream of consciousness. A stream of consciousness. Now, what that is once someone says something to you, it takes you somewhere. So, it's a stream of consciousness. Your conversation that you're having is helping somebody for them to understand your point. Because have you ever said to somebody, you get what I'm saying now? You understand? Is this a better analogy? So when you give your words and your thoughts, what they do is they try to make it connect to something that they understand, so now they can get a better picture of what you're talking about. So therefore, it's a stream of consciousness. Everything you say, once you say it, it makes you think, oh, wait, this is a better way to say that. Stream of consciousness. See, you have to allow negativity in. I don't allow it in. When I used to speak at senior citizen centers in Chicago, and I call them my seasoned citizens, and all of us are seasoned with a little something different. And I told them, I said, don't let anybody tell you that you're getting senile. Tell them that you're exercising your right to forget. That's the only thing you got to get. So as you age, that's why I don't mind talking about my age. As you go through the aging process, which is, by the way, the goal, as you go through the aging process, you don't get senile. You exercise your right to forget. You have learned so much stuff. There's so much stuff in that brain of yours. It's that little brain that gets such big results. See, again, something that we perceive as small gives us a lot. See, stream of consciousness, never off the topic. So don't allow people to tell you that you're forgetting or that you're getting senile. Even computers lose memory. Why shouldn't we? We invented the computer. So as I look at when I looked at the eclipse, immediately the words that come to my mind, a lot of people decide that, oh, it's the blocking out of the sun. Well, here's what I decided. It came to my mind when I thought eclipse. Overcome, outshine, surpass. We eclipse things. And block. Now, block, it reminds me of my coach in high school, my basketball coach, Coach Rooney. He used to say your best offense is your best defense. Your best offense is your best defense. So that's why when I think of eclipse, I also think of the word block. Because if you do a good job of stopping, and see, this is what we can do. We can stop negativity from coming into our lives by having a positive defense up there. Already having your wall of positive thoughts. I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, Sporty, you're the most positive person I've never met." And some of them say ever, it's in the moment in the conversation. Hey, I focus on being positive. Oops, did I just bring up the word focus and make me want to look at my t-shirt? My focus, Focus. Finding ourselves creates unlimited success. Focus. See, ladies and gentlemen, you have to put you first. You have to focus on you. Sometimes people say, I want to focus on my parents, my mom, my dad is sick, my significant other, my kids, my pets. No. You have to focus on you. You can't help anybody on that list if you don't take care of yourself. And that doesn't push people away. That brings people closer to you. Because haven't you had someone where maybe you weren't feeling good and someone else who wasn't feeling good wanted to help you, and you say, no, you're not feeling well. You take care of you. I'll handle this. Stream of consciousness. Think about that. See, we say these things, but do we hear what we say? And that's one of the letters in Eclipse today. Do we hear what we say? Are you giving advice that you wouldn't take? Because see, what I did is I took the word eclipse. After I looked up that definition, first I gave you the words that came to my mind, because I don't let my vocabulary control me. I don't just say, you instantly when someone says eclipse, it doesn't mean the same thing to me. And if you think about communication, when you say a word, it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing to the other person, because our vocabulary is also an outproduct, a growth product of our experiences. So you say the same word and one person hears this and another person hears that. So when I heard eclipse, that's what I thought of: overcome, outshine, block, and surpass. I went to the dictionary, and I didn't know it had this meaning. It had a spiritual meaning in the dictionary. The total obscuring of one heavenly body by another. The total obscuring of one heavenly body by another, semicolon, a passing into the shadow of a heavenly body. See, I didn't realize that eclipse had that spiritual connotation. You only hear it when we talk about eclipsing of the sun, or you hear how someone overshadows somebody. Oh, they eclipse them, and they use it as a negative, as they block somebody out. But it's the total obscuring of one heavenly body by another. So when we eclipse one another, a lot of times what we're doing is we're just angels taking turns. Because that's what blessing is all about. Hey, you do the blessing right now, because right now my battery's a little bad. Okay, I'll do the next blessing, and then you do the next blessing, and then you do the next blessing, and then I'll do. That's what we do. Keep looking at this circle of people. As you focus on you, what you do is focus on you and let other people come into focus. Because once you recognize who you are and know how powerful you are, then you start to see who's trying to help you maintain that power and who's trying to take it away from you. And you want to bring who into your life? I don't even need to answer that. You want to bring the people in and keep the people in who are trying to help you maintain that focus and maintain that power to keep your battery going. So here's what I did with the word eclipse. I never had eclipse as an acronym, but I broke it down and I've just put 2 words to each letter to make this point of today. First, the E in eclipse. Experiences and empathy. Experiences and empathy. When we overcome something, see, when we share and we grow, we grow, because as you share, they say, one hand washes the other. Give and you shall receive. I also say, by the way, give, sooner or later you'll catch up to what you've received, because you cannot give if you have not filled yourself up. Okay, so the experience we have in life, when we share, we grow, because what we do is we get the experience that someone else has been through the same thing that we've been through. So we grow through empathy. We share our experiences and we grow through empathy. I may not know what you're going through. I've never been in your shoes. I've never really been in your situation. I have not walked in your shoes. I have not been in your seat, but guess what? I've been in your row. See, that's the empathy. We all share the same row, maybe not the same situation, but because no one's tragedy, especially nobody's tragedy, is tougher than someone else's. It's all based on who you are, because your capacity to handle a situation is individual. It depends on whether it's your economic situation, your marital situation, your birthplace situation, your employment situation. See, everything is based on what's going on with your life, and that will determine how big of a challenge that you're dealing with. Oh, did I just say challenge? It's the next letter in Eclipse. And so after you have your experiences and you grow from your experience by having empathy to recognize you're not the only one that's going through this. You're not in it alone. There are other people going through life situations with you, and that's why C is for challenge, because it's also for circumstance, but it's the challenge is that we tend to think of problems and as a change as a problem, and things that we don't want to go through. And I say challenge is just change with an LLE in the middle. If you put the two words together and spell them, somebody can go on and type it in the feed. Somebody write change, CHANGE, then you write challenge and you get CHALLENGE. So challenge is just change with an LLE in the middle, and the LLE is life's learning experiences, which takes us back to the experience and the empathy. See, they don't necessarily have to go in order. These things all come together. Stream of consciousness. It all comes together when we stop, get ourselves in a place where we're focused on who we are and living on offense. There's enough subconscious thing go on in your life. Take credit for some of the things that you consciously do to make life better for you, and in the process making life better for those around us. So accept the challenges and recognize that we're all good at change. We are experts at change. We've changed from black and white TV, from AM radio. Some of us saw those things. See, they take it for granted today, and then we beat up the kids. Oh, they take it for granted. Right, they do. Why should they not? They didn't have to do black and white TV. They didn't realize there was such a thing as a transistor AM radio. Why are you getting mad at them? Because of the choices, the shortcuts that we made. They didn't make the shortcuts, by the way. We made the shortcuts because we didn't want to keep dialing the phone. We didn't want the 4-foot cord on the phone in the hallway that we used to have to race. When the phone rang, we raced to see who could get to answer the phone. And then you had to know how to answer the phone. We weren't allowed. You're not old enough to answer the phone. See, we had to go through those things. Why are we beating up our kids today for something that they haven't had to learn? They don't have to race to the phone. It's right there. Their cell phone is right there. And guess what? They didn't buy the cell phone. You did. Now, you justified buying it. Well, they're a latchkey kid. I got to buy the phone in case of an emergency. I need to be able to contact them. Well, so why are you blaming them now for misusing their phone? Teach them how to use the phone. And they don't have to learn how to answer a community phone, which is what we had in the house. Is everybody lives there. So they don't have to, it's their phone. And guess what? You got call ID. Now, one thing I always say, when we want to get the negative people out of our lives, if you're not good at cutting people loose, put them on pause. Put them on pause. Pause means you don't allow someone to have instant access to you 24 hours a day, which is what your cell phone does. If you got caller ID, when you ever get the phone ring and you look at it, you say, oh, man, it's so-and-so. Oh, they're bringing me negative energy. And you, hello, how about, negative energy, go to voicemail. I'm not accepting negative energy today. If you know that this person is bringing you a negative spirit, did I say spirit? That's the S in Eclipse. We're going to get down to that letter. If you know they're bringing a negative spirit into your life, don't answer. You're having a good day. Why would you bring yourself down? Hey, it's about you. It ain't about them. Let them go to voicemail. And if they don't leave a message on voicemail, guess what? No call to reply. If they just, I was just checking on you. Well, that's not saying call me back. That's not a call to action. We learned that in sales. Call to action. So come on, y'all, take charge of your life. Stop allowing the negative people to rent that space in your head. We know that cliche, but we keep letting it happen. And my bad, I don't mean to say we, because I don't. The pronouns we use in our lives make a difference too. So is this message for you? Is it somebody else that you need to share it with? Because see, sometimes, like I say, don't get French on me now. We. In France, we is yes in French. So, when you say we, And that means that you're a part of the situation. That means you're saying yes to the situation. Now, I just came up with that one, so y'all just saw that live. Bam! That's what it's all about. Control your vocabulary. Okay, so we got challenges that come into our life, because we're always going to have challenges, but they just change, and we're better at change than we give ourselves. Circumstances is the other letter, the other word I have for C. Your circumstances should not control your actions. I'm sorry, your circumstances should not control who you are. See, you have to make sure that your circumstances are, you may be in a tough situation. So that's your circumstance, but you still have to be who you are. So what would I do? Everybody likes WWJD. What would Jesus do? Yeah, but what WWID? What would I do in that situation? So you can't always control your circumstance, but you can control your attitude. And you know who you are. So sometimes you don't know what the situation or circumstance is going to be until you get in there. Now what you have to do is focus, okay, what do I do to get out of this circumstance? How do I eclipse? See, how do I get over this situation? So the E is for experience and empathy. The C is for change, challenges, and circumstance. The S is for lessons, because when you pile up those experiences and those challenges, you get lessons. And lessons is actually the first word in life. L-I-F-E, lessons intended for everyone. Everything that goes on in your life is going to be a lesson, good or bad. And you have to be ready for the aftermath of the lesson, because while you're in the lesson, sometimes we don't understand the blessing that's going on. Excuse me. We don't understand the blessing that's going on while we're in the lesson. Vodka. Always make sure that you have your vodka close by hand. I'm not a gin person. Okay, so all right, but keep your voice, lubricated. All right. So, but get your lessons, and in your life, recognize that and there's another L, by the way. Even though I said two words for each letter, but part of your lesson and part of your life is what's actually the number one communication skill: listening. You can't eclipse a situation until you listen. And when you listen, you hear the solutions, because as you ask yourself, as you ask God, what should I do? Now listen for the solution so that you can make the right move for yourself. And then that comes into the shortcuts we want to make. I need to make a move that I need to be trying to get out of this thing. I'm going to need 3 moves to get out of this thing. So I'm not going to try to think of 5. I need 3. And sometimes I can get out of it in 1 move, but sometimes I can't get out for 3 moves. And when you know you got 3 moves, which is same as goal setting, that comes up everywhere. When you get your 3 moves that you got to make, celebrate move number 1. Celebrate move number 2. Celebrate move number 3. Because guess what? Sometimes your move number 2 may be so dynamite that you might not have to go to the 3rd move. But if you stop and celebrate each move, it changes your circumstance again. And now, how would you react now that you're in that new circumstance? So get your lessons, enjoy your life, and listen. And that's listen to make sure, and that's what I was saying earlier. Are you giving advice that you would not take? Listen to what you're saying. Every single word you use makes a difference. Shout out to my homegirl, Deb Williams, because when I did the post on Glue, she said, that's right. And here, I got to quote her. She said, are we giving life to words of light, or are we giving life to words of darkness? And that was what she got from my saying eclipse and control your vocabulary. Don't let your vocabulary control you. Are we giving life to words of light, or are we giving life to words of darkness? Words are powerful, and when your vocabulary is negative, WORDS becomes what others remember destroys spirits. Are you giving life to words of darkness where your words are knocking people down? You're so stupid. I can't stand you. You look terrible in an outfit. I'm so ashamed of you. I wish you were never born. Negative output, negative input, because words go into the spirit, negative results. People will live up to your proclamation of how no good they are. They will live up to that because that's what you told them they are. So now they don't have anything positive to make them move forward. Oh, well, if that person thinks I'm a piece of crap, well, I guess I am. See, because they hear that enough, and now it's like, well, you know what? And then they lie to themselves. Say, well, I might as well be the best piece of crap there is, because mom said, whatever you're going to be the best at what you are. So if I'm going to be a piece of crap, I'll be the best piece of crap there is. But when we talk our words when we bring light into the words, the positive, WORDS becomes what others remember, strength, and spirits. WORDS, what others remember, strength, and spirits. You look great. I hope everything works out for you. God bless you. I'm so proud of you. I love you. Positive output, positive input, positive results. Let's start complimenting the kids in our midst. Have you ever noticed we'll be with kids and we say, oh, look at them playing. Yeah, but you know what? A lot of these kids today, and then we go on and we give all the props to the negative kids. The ones that are doing something bad, and we got the positive ones sitting right there, and they're not a part of the conversation. Come on now, you know kids are listening to you. So what's a kid going to do? Haven't you been in a situation where you've seen two kids and how when one kid gets hugged by the other one's looking, waiting, is somebody going to hug me? Kids want love and affection. And so if you're sitting there and you're going to just talk about the negative, the bad kids, the kid is sitting there and saying, well, hey, they ain't going to talk about me. Well, I guess for me to get into the conversation, to get some props, I need to do something bad. See, we're teaching. This is the lesson, y'all. This is a lesson intended for everyone. And you have the power to make that turn. Your power, your words make a difference in a lot of lives. And that's how powerful you are. And if you're going to stop and not, well, you know what, I'm just, there are no just and only positions. Every company pays money. You don't get paid for what you think, you get paid for what you do. They don't have a job on the payroll that's a just and only position. If they didn't need a janitor, they wouldn't have one. If they didn't need if you were just a receptionist, they wouldn't have a reception area because they don't pay for anything that they don't need or want. So stop putting yourself in a just and only position, including in the relationships. Don't just be the mother or father. Don't only be the parent. Be the mother or father. Be the parent. And don't let somebody else define who that parent is. We like to talk about, oh, baby, mama, daddy drama. And we always want to pop mama's baby, papa's baby. Let's stop putting all that stuff into our sphere. We're putting that stuff in our road. That's negative stuff, y'all. Everything. And it's not little stuff. It's every little piece. I'm nitpicky on that kind of stuff. So my sister, she calls me spell check. Because whenever she sends out a flyer, and I said, okay, you spelled this wrong. Don't let nothing go out until spell check sees it. But you know what? We laugh and joke about that, but that's love. We're on a team. Remember, I said, you're not in this alone. Make sure that the people in your life, in your circle, have a purpose for you, that they're doing something that pushes you up. Yeah. What you say?
If not, get rid of
them. You see, we into cutting people loose. I gave you the formula for putting them on pause if you're not good at cutting them loose. So you put them on pause first. And then what happens is when you put them on pause, you start to see, wait a minute, I don't need this hear from this person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, so yeah. And my life still went pretty good. So that's how you can put them on pause. You see how good that oh man, I made it through the week. Just hearing for them 5 days, cutting them 2 days off. Let me cut another day off. Let me see how my week goes just hearing from them 4 times a week. Then you see how great your week goes? Yes. Cut it down to 3. See, so as you put them on pause, you slowly start to cut them loose. And guess what happens after a while, though? When the conversation does come with them, it won't be that negativity that they had before because they see that you have cut that negativity out. So now it becomes a quality conversation because they see that they have not much time in your day and in your life, as well as you and theirs. So we want to hurry up and get to the positivity. Quality. It's the quality of our friendships, not the quantity. Now, man, I done talked us through and we got 3 minutes to go. And I'm not going to be on glue next week because I'm going to be glued to an airplane seat next week. I'm going to be on my way back from New York because I'm going to be glued to an airplane seat. I'm on my way to see the U.S. Open. Can't do it alone. My good friend Pat Harris gave me a ticket as my birthday present. I'm going to go into the Opens opening on Monday. Celebrate because I'm planning, by the way, I am planning to get to that 60-second. I'm going to post the other things. I'm going to round them down, just not give you all that stuff on it. But so we got the experience, we got the circumstance, we got the lesson, the I, because I want you to get that I, and that's for the insight. Because I is also that most important pronoun in your life. It's I. What would I do? So get that insight. Check yourself out and figure out, look at your track record and look at how many, wonderful things you've done, how many people's lives you've touched. And you know what, in fact, I'm gonna go through with the whole message. Somebody got to get off the line, that's fine. Because I know I say 12 to 12:30, but this is a message that needs to go. Actually, I say 12:35, but this is a message that needs to go. If maybe you can come back to it, but let's make sure we cement this in there, because now I'm hearing what I'm saying. And sometimes that's what we do, where we cut our conversation off when we're giving good advice, when we're giving good food for thought. Sometimes you got to let it go. Yes, it's nice to have it confined in a package and in a short frame of time, but if you don't have that time limit, then you really don't have to worry about it. And so since it's not like the airwaves are going to cut off, and maybe this will make you come back to get the rest of the message. So that's your commercial break. Let's move on. So you got the eye for the insight. You got the eye also for imagination, because you have to have a good imagination if you're going to eclipse your situations, especially the negative one. You have to imagine, and imagination, P.S., by the way, is also vision. You have to see yourself as, I'm no longer dealing with this situation. I have to, even when you go to a job interview, see, it's another eye. When you go to the interview, you have to see yourself in that company. Think about it. What do they ask you in the interview? They don't say, oh, by the way, how's your family doing? Where does your sister work? Do you have any kids? No, they say, how would you do in this position? What would you do in this situation? So before you even go to the interview, imagine yourself in that company, in that position, so that every single question they ask you, you answer the right way. See, one of the things that some people do is they interview on defense. Oh, I hope I'm excited. I hope this is the right outfit. I hope my hair looks good. I hope they like my answer. We're on defense. We're so busy hoping that someone else accepts us, when in fact we should be on offense. Because unless you have an identical twin or an identical sibling of whatever number, there actually is nobody else like you. Identical siblings are the closest we come to having someone else like you. And even if you know identical twins, there's something that you can tell the difference between the two. There is nobody else like you. So when you're interviewing, be on offense. They don't have a person like you in that company. That's the way you have to look at it. So you're already up 1-0. They don't have you there. So your answers have to be answers that no one else in that company would have come up with but you. And if you know that you've given the right answer of what you would do, and if they choose not to hire you based on that answer, you are not going to be successful at that company. Now, that's a hard pill for some people to swallow, but it's because we're still on defense. We're still in a just and only mindset where we want to be accepted by other people instead of being exceptional in who we are. And so, recognize, too, that the interview starts when you step out your door, not when you step in the office with the interviewer. Once you go in public, your interview has begun. Because as you walk through public, whether you stop in a store, whether you're waiting on public transportation, whether you're driving, you're going to have a comment or a gesture that someone else is going to see. And then it might turn out that someone is the person who interviews you at the company that you're going to. So maybe you stop to get coffee and you don't like how long the line is here. And you say, damn, this is slow, blah, 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 the slow service. And look at that person up there. Look at what they got on. And then it turns out that the person behind you agreeing with you, when you get to the job, they're the one that's there to interview you. And then so now suddenly you're going to say, oh, well, I'm always positive and I don't say bad things about people. And they're looking for a customer service rep and they just stood behind you in line and heard you just lambast everyone in the area. They don't want you to bring that negative spirit to their company. That's why it's about focusing on who you are. Because the interview starts when you step out your door. So have the insight on who you are, have the imagination and the vision to see where you want to go so that you can see if this is the right company. Don't just respond to every ad because it's there. Pick a company. Once you see a job posting, again, change. Back in the old days, we used to have the newspaper and they had a whole lot of ads listed. Y'all on the internet now. They come a lot faster. So you can Google, and Google ain't sponsoring this, but you can look up what's going on with the company. You can look up what other people do at that position. Get the research. That's why the next letter is P in ECLIPSE, preparation. You have to prepare to win. And so, you know, once you see where you're going to be interviewing, look them up, see what's going on with that company's culture, and see if you actually fit into that culture. I worked at Wall Street Journal, which is owned by Dow Jones. When we hear Wall Street Journal, when we hear Dow Jones, we think of a stuffy environment. And again, there's that pronoun, I should say you. But it was a we situation until I got in there. We were on a first name basis. It was just a calm, day-to-day type environment. Wonderful company. I worked there for 18 years. I love that. And so that's the thing, is there's you choosing your vocabulary rather than letting your vocabulary choose you. Just because something sounds stuffy, just because someone else doesn't like something, doesn't mean it's going to be stuffy to you, and doesn't mean that you're not going to like it. It's about you. So preparation. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes purpose. You know, if you have a purpose in what you're practicing, you're going to practice a certain way. You know, me and Zet, we laugh and talk about how to go up and down the stairs based on our knees. That's preparation. You know, when I go down the stairs now, I go down backwards. By the way, if anybody's having knee problems, there's one of the solutions. Go down backwards. There's less pressure on your knees. Zet told me that the therapist taught her how to go down sideways and take that pressure off your knee. See how you get a little bit of everything in these type of broadcasts? But that's the thing. You know, finding ways to take the pressure off of our bodies is also taking the pressure off of our lives. Undue stress, and that's even though that's not one of my S's, but these letters come up once you start using your vocabulary like that. Like people a lot of times, oh, you come up with these acronyms, because I look at the letters. Once you start putting words to those letters, you'll see that in your vocabulary, a lot of those other words that you hadn't thought to put to that letter start to come up. And stress is huge in our lives. We stress ourselves out. Stress has a positive definition as well. Stress means that I make a point of something. You know, you have to have stress. Exercising is putting stress on your body to build the muscle. See, so stop that's again, control your vocabulary. Don't let your vocabulary control you. Stop letting people force you into using negative words into your vocabulary. Recognize that as soon as the negative word comes, you can turn it into a positive. If you've got the tools, if you've prepared to be positive in your interview process when it steps out the door, because you got your lesson dealing with your challenges through your experiences and empathetically sitting in the same row. See how they all come together? They don't have to go in order, because life is not this wonderful sequential process. Life is a conglomerate of blessings. It's a conglomerate of blessings. All the things that happen to, you know, oh, God works in miracles. No, he doesn't. He's crystal clear. We just don't know the plan. And so as these things come up in your life, recognize this is a part of the plan. Because we love to say that, well, all things work out to the good of God. P.S., by the way, all things, not a lot of stuff, all things work out for the good, to the good of God. So even if we have to deal with a death situation, that's part of the deal. And we always like to hear that cliche, well, you know, they should celebrate you when they should celebrate you when you go out of the world and mourn for you when you come in. We like to say it because it sounds so chic, but it's the truth. Celebrate, no, it ain't the truth. You know what? Celebrate me both ways. Celebrate the birth and the death, okay? But preparation is important, and see, it just so happens that my other P was for prayer. Prayer is so important. And if any of you have ever asked me to pray for you, you know, a lot of times what I'll write, I'm praying in faith, not fear. See, I'm praying in faith. I'm not saying, oh, God, please help this. I'm saying, God, help this person like you helped me last one. You know, you've done it before. I saw my cousin Gerald did a post today that said, God did it before, he'll do it again. And I put a comment, that's an every minute mantra. Because if you did it once, you're going to do it again. It's just the next time. Blessings just keep piling on, and they keep making it work for you. So make sure that you pray and recognize that you keep bringing all these wonderful things into your life as you pray, and then be prepared to receive your gift. You ever heard anybody say, be careful what you pray for. Be careful what they say, be careful what you ask for. But be careful what you ask for, be careful what you pray for, because you might get it. It ain't no might. Once you pray, it's coming. It's just a matter of, are you prepared? Because it's not coming. It might not come because you said it like that. It might not come for 10 minutes, a week, a month, a year, It's 25 years. I prayed that I was going to move to Charlotte. In 1985, I stood on a corner in Charlotte. I said, I like it here. I think I'll move here one day. 2010 is when I moved here, 25 years later. And somebody said, oh, it took you that long? I said, no, I took that long. Because you don't know when your prayer is going to be answered. But rest assured, your prayer will be answered. And guess what? You might not even see the answer. Martin Luther King, what did he say? We're going to get to the promised land. I might not get there with you. That was his prayer. I might not get there with you, but I see it. I got the imagination. And we're making strides. We're not making leaps and bounds like we used to. See, it was, the after slavery and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to get into Black history because everybody in this country, we are a nation of immigrants. Everybody came here to escape from something except the original, the Indians and the indigenous people who are Americans. And I might have used my wrong vocabulary there. Native Americans. There I go. But the thing is, what I'm saying about that is, as we got into different rights for different minorities, for women, for children, when they were new, it was a big leap. But now, as the gap closes, the steps are smaller, y'all. And so we've got to have another P. We've got to be more patient. And that's why the prayer, I have to pray that things are better for my nieces and nephews. That's why I work on what my legacy is going to be. I have to hope that things are going to be better for them. But my hope must come through my prayer, and it must be me doing the right things, me doing what I'm supposed to do so that I can set the play. Set the stage for them. So, do what you need to do. We hear this, people say, stay in your lane. Come on, stay in your lane. And that's another P is for path. Whatever your lane is your path. And so therefore it takes us to the final letter, which is E also, but it's for excellence and empowerment. Excellence is an empowerment. Like I said, practice makes purpose, and excellence is a goal. Perfection is not a goal. The goal in perfection is to fail and then please somebody else. Because we'll say, well, practice makes perfect. I didn't make it to perfect, but I got this high. And now we want to celebrate that I got this high. Well, what's that mean? That we know we couldn't make perfect. We knew that. We always say, well, you can't make perfect, but I got this high. Why not make this the goal? If you know there's no such thing as perfect, because there isn't. There's a perfect situation and a perfect moment for doing something, but you will never make it to perfect. So why not just make this your goal and then practice and get there and celebrate? That's why I say perfection is actually the goal to fail, and then say, and then say to somebody else, well, I didn't get the perfect, but look where I got. Are you proud of me? See, no, you're pleasing somebody else. Please yourself. Make realistic goals in your life, y'all. Short-term goals. And then celebrate. I'm always going to keep telling you to celebrate and then empower. Because winning is a decision. You have to decide that you're going to win. We just had a joke this morning with my great niece, her granddaughter, where she said to her, you may lose a game, but you are not a loser. Now, this girl is 5 years old. She's going to be 5 in October. This is when you need to start telling them that. Because little kids, when you associate the word loser, it goes into their spirit and they feel bad. You have to explain to them, no. There's a difference between a loss and being a loser. You have to start explaining it to them, y'all. You got to, if the younger they are, the sooner you got to start pushing that into. We had a good laugh last night. We met a little kid who, the little boy, he was so scared. He was brave getting on the roller coaster, but again, in this day and age, his mother's riding the roller coaster with him, taking a selfie of him screaming and crying about the roller coaster. Now, and I laughed. I told him, I said, you know what? I ain't mad at him. That was me on the roller coaster when I was younger, but there was no selfie. So by the time we got to the end of the ride, I acted like I was brave. But I was screaming and crying on that roller coaster too. But what I said to him is, he's already 5 years old. So I just created some imagination. Remember we talked about imagination? I just created some imagination to help him overcome that fear. Yeah, because they was making them feel bad about, oh, you were crying. Because what do we do that to our boys? Oh, be a boy, be a man, you know. Oh, you shouldn't be crying. They weren't being really nasty about it, but it was a joke. And I got in on the joke too, by the way. I ain't acting like, you know, I was laughing too. But then I said to him, I said, but you know what, you're 5. And then I act like I had been thinking of this point. I said, 5. I said, you know what though? Next year, you're going to be better on the roller coaster. I said, because 6, 7, and 8 are when people are good on the roller coaster. 5 is usually not good. I said 4. Sometimes people at 4 are okay on the roller coaster, but 5 is really never a good age for a roller coaster. But next year you're gonna be 6, 7, and 8. You're gonna be. I said, does that work for you? He said, yeah. You could have seen him looking like, okay, that makes sense. I said, now you promise me you're gonna be fine on the roller coaster next year? He said, yes. He said, let's shake on it. And then he extended his hand. 5 years old, y'all. He extended his hand and he said, let's shake on it to agree that he's going to be not going to be afraid on the roller coaster next year. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to keep his promise. He's going to keep his word. 5 years old. Are you doing that? At 25, at 35, at 45, at 55, at 65, at 75? Are you keeping your word? Words are powerful. Are you eclipsing the negativity in our lives? Are you recognizing that you need to bring a heavenly body, your spirit, and let it overshadow another heavenly body, protect someone else's spirit for a downtime that they're having? Because that's what we have to do. Let the eclipse be a positive thing. You can't always see it, but are you looking for it? Are you looking for the instances in your life where you can be a blessing because it's your turn to be a blessing? And that will help you eclipse the challenges in your life and make them wonderful. So look, thanks for joining me on Glue Wednesday. Glad to have my sister. I love this. That's my heart. That's my mwah! Do you kiss your
I'm
sister?
I'm the favorite.
The favorite. Uh-oh, you see, but you know, hey, everybody got a category. Categorize all everybody. I mean, oh, I don't label people. Yes, you do. Come on, stop lying to yourself. We do it. We have favorites. There's nothing wrong with that favorite. There's nothing wrong with having a favorite. That doesn't mean that the person in second place is trash. Remember, you know, the Olympics has gold, silver, bronze. The rest of them are not losers. They're champions of their country to get to the Olympics. More importantly, they're champions of themselves. Winning is personal. W-I-N, what I need. I don't have to be the favorite, but I have to be in the winner's circle. And that's what you have to do. Your circle of influence. You are a winner. And I'm glad that you won today by tuning in to Glue Wednesday and keeping it together. Don't worry about getting over. Keep it together. My sister keeps it together on xldjsradio.com. Online, loaded on your tablet, your iPhone, your PC, and especially in New York, because y'all know how we love to hear that music all day. But this is internet radio. So wherever you are around the world, you can load on and listen to the music. And the DJs change the code. Now, you want to give a shout out? You want to say something?
Shout out to Lady D Wells. And listen to her every Monday at 8 o'clock on XLDJS Radio. Download it on your app. It's free. F-R-E-E, another acronym.
Facts, realism, excellence, and empathy. So it's always about being free, because this is America, y'all. And in fact, if you're on the internet, you're in a free country because you're free to look and get an opinion so that you can express an opinion. Take me one last thing back to that listening. Number one communication skill is listening. That's why you get 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that you can listen twice as hard, so that when your words come out, they make a difference. You make a difference in a lot of people's lives. Make sure that you're conscious of the difference that you make in your life, so that you can spread that out. Think about that ripple effect. You're the pebble in the water. Throw it in, and it just has a ripple effect. So thanks so much. I want to end it with that calm thought and remind you, it's all about eclipsing, and it's all about love. Thank you. God bless you. And I won't see you next week, but I'll see you the week after. All right? And I'm not going to trust technology, so I'm going to go through and, just send me some clicks of love. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go through and answer y'all before I try to post it, just in case it cuts off, because that's what happened a couple of weeks ago. The message was so good, and then it cut off and I wasn't able to rebroadcast. That's why you got to be in the moment, okay?
Say hi to Brenda for me.
Hey, Brenda, where?
Down to the bottom.
Oh,
Nixon.
Brenda Nixon. How? Yeah, I was just doing, like I said, I'm gonna just go down and do some shout outs. Deb Joy, I see you going to Ernestine right here in Charlotte with me. Felicia Williams. Okay, good. Deb Joy, I get 61st and 3. Yeah, Deb got it right. I'm 61 and 362 days. Holly Robinson, long time. That's one of my hearts. Good in Chicago. Letitia, say hi to Mom. You know we always celebrate Wes. Okay. Richard, yep, we still got to do our rain check. Karen, yep, 3170. Yeah. Hey, Lamont. Chicago in the house. Lamont, keep up the good work. Rhonda, now that we ran into each other Sunday, we're working on our rain check. Oh, I hope I don't mess any of these days. Somebody said, how you remember all those names? Okay. Good. Did you get my text, Tanya? Okay, I hope to see you Saturday. Timothy, what's going on? Timothy Jasper, I think I got you from a yellow ribbon. I'm going to double check it. I pray for you. I thank you. Jamila, yep, we still laughing. Receipts and respect. Okay, carry on. Okay, Rashawn, what's up, family? All right, and Royce is on there. Happy birthday to y'all. All right, Perry Trotter, pleased to meet you. Gonna look and see how I know you. I'll do your shout out if I messed up. Kenneth, okay, yeah.
That's Grant in the house.
That's Grant in the house. Grant 2 in a row. Grant and 3 in a row. And Kwame and Marcelo. Oh, Grant Projects, we love you. And then me and Kenneth also. Wait, our Spurs. Kenneth, I had my Spurs shirt on earlier. Back to we never die either. All right. Hey, 4-5-0, Laurel Tucker. Let's go. And then they go Joanne. And this is my cousin. This is my hard hair. First person I met in Charlotte. Well, my first real friend, Joanne Buckner, is the person that hooked me up into my apartments that I've lived in, and that's been my big sister, Italian style. All right. Okay. What's up, Monica? All right. Am cousins here. Family in the house. Here, Joanne again. Laurel back. Oh, we putting comments on. I ain't mad at y'all. Thank y'all so much. All right. Foster Williams, I know that name. Foster, I got you. I love you, man. I know that name. Okay. Thank you. There go my mentee. I'm praying for you, Elizabeth E. And if we don't see you tonight, that's not important. Make sure you take care of Mom and everybody's okay. George, fourth floor.
3170.
3170 back. No, George Morse was on 4. He was on 1. He wasn't a big family.
1.
Okay, George, you're on 1. George, let us know now, because
I know.
George, I had you on 4.
She
said you're on 1. I'm thinking 2 now that I'm thinking about it. Right. Okay, we're gonna see. George, let us know how we did. Karen, that's bus ride, Karen. Lobster Fest, Karen Woods.
550.
Karen Woods. That's my Karen. That yellow ribbon. What's going on, Karen? I've been praying for you a lot. Glad to see it. David Goose, another one of my yellow ribbon. I think so. Elizabeth, back there. Okay, these shout outs are good, ain't they? Yeah, we did Brenda already. We started with you. Hey, Winetta. Okay, I know Winetta. I'm going fast. Janetta. Oh, wow, Janetta, long time. Oh, Clue. You didn't answer my text or my email. Okay, but at least I know you're like, back from the dead, Yvonne. What's happening? Hey, Mo Cheeks, what's going on, Mo? Yeah, this is fun, y'all. Okay, and Bridget, oh, man, that's my mentee in Chicago, long time. Good to, and Ryan, my B-fam in Montana. Good way to end it with you two, boy. Keep giving a prayer, and glad you're doing your work with the ministry. Say hi to Gabby and the family for me. I love y'all. K. Kim, did the book turn out all right? I hope it worked out good. Oh, you loving your books. Good. Okay, yeah. Look at that shout-out commercial. Y'all can go to my website and order my books. Think about which book of mine you don't have and how you can get that and gift it to somebody. Christmas is coming. Graduation presents, back to school presents, presents. Literacy is important, but sometimes you can, if you get any of my books, you want me to explain something, because most of my poetry have explanations to it. All right, look, y'all. I love y'all. SportyKing.com, www.sportyking.com. And if ever you don't know that, on anybody's Facebook page, sometimes we misuse technology. Go to their links where it says about. Click on somebody's about, and you can get their phone number, anything that they've listed, their phone number, their address, their websites, their birthdays. Just click on about on anybody's page, and then you can find out as much information about them as they want you to know. Thanks again, for real this time, signing off. Glue, God's love, undoes everything because it keeps it together. Ciao.